Mordecai left the king's presence wearing a royal garment of blue and white, a large crown of gold, and a purple robe of fine linen. And the city of Susa made a joyous celebration. For the Jews, it was a time of happiness and joy and gladness and honor. In every province and in every city where the edict of the king went, there was joy and gladness among the Jews, with feasting and celebrating. And many people of other nationalities became Jews because of the fear the Jews had seized them. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is Esther 8 through 9:19, and I encourage you to read that passage. Now, when something great happens, people tend to flock to that which is great. There's an old saying that says, success begets success. If you're successful, then you will be successful. This is played out particularly true and noticeably in our mega churches that we have around the United States today. They are preaching the same message as many as our other smaller churches are. Yet, because they seem to be successful, people go to them rather than going to that smaller church. Those non-Jews in the kingdom saw what happened to Haman and what happened to the Jews. Naturally, they wanted to be on the side of the winning people, so they began to function as Jews. In verse 17, it says that many nationalities became Jews because of the fear of the Jews had seized them. The word that's translated there, became, could be seen as they decided to act Jewish because the Jews were winning. There was no real allegiance, it was just that they wanted to be on the winning side. Many times in our modern revivals, hundreds of people come to Christ. You see them streaming out of the stands and onto the middle of the floor to talk to other people, to counselors. And some of these conversions or professions of faith are real. My wife, and by extension me, have a cousin in Greece who became to Christ in a Billy Graham crusade. For 40 or more years, he has lived that walk with Christ. His family on the other side are not as committed as they put up with him, but it's more that they see the change in his life and they're not willing to make that kind of real commitment. Now, we have to be careful about allowing emotions to influence our decision. We may not really believe what others are believing, and we may just go along with them because that's what everybody else is doing. This is particularly true when it comes to our politics. We sometimes get on board with something before we really realize how bad or how different it is. We need to be careful as believers to what we ascribe. We cannot let our emotions or our fear control our walk with Christ.